I'm watching the growing tensions in North Korea. If you look at the S&P 500 and the broad markets, this has taken the markets by surprise and has dampened an otherwise buoyant market. Though we're not fans of the current market valuations, we don't see a North Korean conflict as a catalyst for significant market impact in the long term. But according to the most recent Oxford Economics Global Risk Survey, investors put this near the top of their current concerns. Control Risks has published a report that suggests that the likelihood of an actual conflict on the peninsula are quite low. But Control Risks are assuming that this would play out as a localized exchange of fire. This triggers a short-lived conflict, and the South, with the help of the U.S., defeats the North very easily. They don't assume that China directly intervenes, but we're assuming that this will lead to a heightened period of tensions between the U.S. and China. Oxford Economics has modeled the economic impacts, and if you look at this chart, you see that the biggest impacts are to China and South Korea. But this bleeds over to Europe and the UK, where you could see a hit of about 0.4% in 2018 on the back of weaker demand from China. But if you look at the US, you'll see that that's a slightly less shaded area. That's because the impact is expected to be considerably lower, taking the US growth down to 2.4%. And we expect that this shock should dissipate by 2020. Well, you're probably going to see a spike in volatility, but it will be very brief. The biggest impact is likely to be to multiples because the real economic impact is fairly low. So the US would be the most exposed to a multiple contraction. Europe would be the most exposed to actual earnings impacts. And we expect that this impact will be a lot shorter than the economic impact, with much of the initial shock dissipating within the first 6 months. For Trading Nation, I'm Gina Sanchez from Chantico Global.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.